Assalamu alaikum. Can I have a please everyone sit down? Yusuf, Ammu Yazan, Tariq, Yusuf, Assalamu alaikum. Sit down, guys. Guys, I have new kinds of gifts. So if you listen, have fresh new gifts, just got. So if you like to explore them, sit down and pay attention, okay? Okay? Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Okay, good to have you back. Welcome back after Ramadan. We had a pause, a long pause for what? A month and a half, 2 months since Ramadan. I hope that you had good Ramadan. I hope that, inshallah, alhamdulillah, you had time to do good deeds. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from you what you have done in Ramadan, inshallah. And ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us more life and health to witness more Ramadans to come and to grant us good deeds that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from us. Okay, welcome back. Inshallah, we'll start a new series. We're still under the iMuslim project that we started before Ramadan and lasted for maybe 6 months or so. But we're going to slightly change the topic. Last time we were talking about the characteristics of the ideal Muslim, how to deal with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with ourselves and what's not. It's going to be under the same theme, but it's a different approach. This new season, which is for this summer, spring and summer, is called Once Upon a Revelation. Someone asked me, what does Once Upon Revelation mean? I'm going to tell you in a second. Basically, we're going to take stories from Quran and Sunnah. Every time we're going to take one story from Quran or Sunnah, and then we'll study it, dig deep, try to understand it, and try to extract from it lessons to apply in our life. Okay? So, it's a topic for the whole family that I would like the parents, adults, as well as the kids to participate in it. Okay? What's the motivation from that? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in Surah Yusuf, لَقَدْ كَانَ فِي قَصَصِهِمْ عِبْرَةٌ لِأُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ. And their stories, meaning in the stories that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala narrated in Quran, there are lessons for people of reason. What does people of reason mean? People of reflection, people of wisdom, right? So, if you would like to be among the people of wisdom or reason, we need to learn and understand the stories of Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us about. So that's the main motivation. Okay, as usual, if you have toddlers or young kids that are uncontrollable, they can be in the ladies section. If the kids are participating and then gonna behave, you can stay here with parents. And basically, I would like everyone to pay attention to the speaker. If you like to speak or ask questions, raise your hand. And please no running, okay? For Ramadan, we had this big battle, the last episode before Ramadan, and everyone was running around, so let's have this quiet, okay? Ready to start? Okay. To make this one, this time, slight change. The first 10 to 15 minutes, I'm going to tell you the story from the Quran. I need you to pay attention because after that, I'm going to open, as usual, for discussion. I'd like to listen to you, get your reflections, and get your answers. So you're going to speak. So if you're interested to speak to the microphone, just wait, hold your horses for 10, 12 minutes max. Pay attention because all the questions and discussions will be around what you hear. Is that clear? Everyone understand? Raise your hand if you understand. Okay, perfect, good. So now it's a story time. Please pay attention to this, okay? Okay, what's our first story? The first story we have, I'm calling it or referring to it as the story of the tale of two friends. Okay, tale of two friends. Okay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not tell us the names of these people in the Quran, so I will refer to them as brother A and brother B. We don't know their names, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us their story because there is a lot of wisdom in it. Okay, who are these people and what's their story? Yes, this is brother A and brother B, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in Surah Al-Kahf, وَاضْرِبْ لَهُمْ مَثَلًا رَجُلَيْنِ. O Prophet, give them or tell the Muslims, a story of two men. Story of two men. Why is this a story of the men is very important? Let's try to understand that. Brother, what's his name is brother what? Brother B. Good, okay, some people pay attention, alhamdulillah. Brother B, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him very nice garden, actually very huge piece of land. It has a river in it, it has farmland, they have a lot of palm trees, they have a lot of fruits. Very beautiful, very amazing. But guess what? It's not only one garden, but two gardens. Exactly, two gardens. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him two gardens as described, full of beautiful trees, crops, fruits, and the river runs through them. So mashallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him very beautiful bounties. He was very rich, apparently, right? So this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, give, O Prophet, give the example of these two people. To one of them, referred to brother B, we gave them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him two jannahs, two gardens that full of grape wines and are surrounded by palm trees, and they have a lot of crops in between. See, very amazing bounty from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, what's next? And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described that both of these two gardens, again pay attention because that's the discussion, will come to these things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for these two gardens, Allah described them as gardens that gave exactly their yield. Like every year, if they expect 100 tons of grapes, every year they give 100 tons of grapes. Never failed to yield or never failing short. So there's beautiful, and then they give him a lot of wealth and a lot of revenue every single year. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala especially explains that beautiful river that basically because of it, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you can see all this green and all this beauty. So what did he do with this? On top of that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described him, وَكَانَ لَهُ ثَمَرٌ. And there's another narration, actually, another recitation called, it says, وَكَانَ لَهُ ثُمُرٌ. What is the difference? وَكَانَ لَهُ ثَمَرٌ mean he had yield from his plants, from his gardens, like the fruits, the crops that he got. This is thamar. Thumur actually means wealth, gold, money. So if you combine both citations, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provided him with a lot of crops, a lot of fruits, a lot of yield from his garden, and because of that he was very wealthy. Subhanallah, you have one word that can give you a lot of meanings in the Quran. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described this man, brother B, remember brother B, as wealthy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him a lot of bounties. What did he do with it? See this beautiful garden? One day, he met his friend, brother A, in his beautiful garden. And then there was some conversation that started between them. So brother B started telling his brother A, he told him, you know what? I have more wealth than you. I have more money, more gold. I am richer than you. And on top of that, it's not only wealth and money, but also I have more power. I have more manpower. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him a lot of kids, big family, have servants, have slaves on top of that. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him wealth and power. And then he continued saying, out of arrogance, he was very arrogant. He's showing all this. I mean, imagine yourself here. You own all this, mashallah. That gave him arrogance and pride. Sorry? Gave him arrogance and pride. And then he talked to himself and he said, you know what? All this beauty that I own, it can never perish, can never get destroyed, it can never disappear. He forgot that he was nothing and had nothing, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him wealth, and out of that he thought that he is the source of things. And he said, I don't think that all this beauty can go away. And you know what? I don't even think that I'm gonna die. And if I die, I don't think there's gonna be resurrection after death. Right? I don't believe in that. I don't believe that there is an hour, there is some life after death. I don't believe in all this. And even if there is life after life, when I'm resurrected, I think or I believe that Allah will give me even better Jannah than I will have. Why? Because I'm awesome, because I'm good, because I deserve it. That's what he thinks in his mind. Because he's cool and he's good, he deserved what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him in this life, and automatically because he is good, he will get even better things in the hereafter automatically. By the way, he doesn't even believe that there is afterlife. So his brother or his friend, brother A in this case, heard all that stuff, and then he had to start to step in. And he told him, you know what? What you're saying is kind of kufr. It's kind of disbelieving in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How come you disbelieve in Allah, the one who created you out of nothing? Adam was dust, and even you came from a sperm that became a kid, and then that kid became a man by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The one who is capable of doing all that and get you out of nothing, he's the one who gave you all this. How come you disbelieve in him? But for me, on the other hand, I believe in the Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I believe in him, and I worship him with no other partners or no other associates. And instead of disbelieving in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you enter your Jannah, and instead of saying all this nonsense, you should have said, Ma sha Allah la quwwata illa billah. This, you say that meaning, this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has willed, and this is, or there is no power except with Allah. Meaning, none has the power to give me all this except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a way to show gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But instead of that, you're looking down to me, and as I have less wealth than you and less manpower. You know what? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is capable of giving me even better paradise or better garden than yours. That could be in hereafter or life after life. Sorry, in this life or hereafter. And at the same time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who gave you this beautiful garden can actually completely destroy it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can send a thunderbolt that completely turn it into nothing out of this garden. So you have to just be aware of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and has fear and have taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Or another way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can punish you with is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can make all this river, all this water go away. And without river, without water, what will happen to the garden? Become what? Dead. So he warned him. And guess what happened? His beautiful garden, is the garden of brother B. What happened to it? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punished him the same exact way that brother A told him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described that, وَأُحِيطَ بِثَمَرِهِ, meaning that all his fruit was completely destroyed. And he came over and started looking at this. And what would you have done if you're in his position? You feel what? Remorse. You feel bad. And then he started thinking, oh, I spent all this life, time, money to make it this beautiful garden, and it's completely destroyed. Then he turned to himself and started thinking, okay, maybe this is because of what I have done, because of my disbelief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he said that I wish I had not set any other partners with my Lord. So the question here before we continue, he didn't say that I believe there is another God with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what did he mean by this? Yeah.
What I would say is that he didn't believe in any other God. He didn't even believe in Allah. He just believed that he was God.
That's a beautiful answer, mashallah. If you think the wealth or success or wealth that you have is because of you, you're associating yourself with Allah. You're putting yourself equal to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I can get the wealth because I can do it. Right? Jazakallah khair. This is a beautiful answer. So he started getting remorse and he started blaming himself about what did he did and what did he say and what was in his heart. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described this scene, and we're closing here the story and get ready for the discussion. What did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say about this situation that can happen to any one of us? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described at that point, at his situation of weakness, when he realized that he was wrong, realized that he has no power, he said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, and he realized that no manpower can help him. His wealth, his family, his servants, his slaves will not be able to help him. None can give him victory against what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wished. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala concludes with this. In similar situations or in life, remember that هنالك الولاية لله الحق. That remember, at this time, support only comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone, the true Lord. He is the best in reward and the best in outcome. Remember these two verses, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one in control, and He is the one that can help us in the time that we need help, and He is the one that can deprive us from that, and at this point, no one else can help us. Okay. Note how long was that? I hope I have some time. And I promise to make it quick, and inshallah, can go to discussion time. Okay, get ready for discussion time. Okay, I need you to help to answer, raise your hand, and if someone is answering, please respect them and then listen to them all the time. So we'll start first with a discussion time, which is a reflection. It's a group exercise. So I need you to answer as a group first, and then we'll go single individuals. Okay, we have this guy. He needs some help. He needs help to understand what's going on. This guy needs to understand the following. This is the exercise. Remember, we have this brother A, brother B. We're going to try to understand their characteristics. So we're going to have one characteristic show at a time. I need help from you to tell me which characteristic goes to under which brother. Okay. Being grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Is brother A or brother B? Group, together. A or B? Raise your hand. Voice, guys. A or B? A. Okay, that's good. How about this one? Disbelieves in the last day. A or B? B. Good answer. Ungrateful to Allah. A or B? B. Commands what is evil. Commands what is good. Okay, attributes goodness to himself. B. Good, raise your voice. Okay, worships Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala properly. Worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the right way. A. Believes in resurrection after death. Arrogance. B. Mashallah. Humbleness. A. Cares for others. What does cares for others mean for A? What did he do?
He was trying to help brother B out there.
Yes.
He tried helping brother B by letting him know what would actually happen.
Yes, exactly. By giving our brothers and sisters an advice, this is actually an act of help. This means you care for others and you're helping them. So remember, if you see someone that needs help or advice, this is some sort of care of others. Selfish, of course, brother B. So I had quickly too quick. I think we're on time. We need to finish before Isha, inshallah. Now we'll go to this exercise that we need to hear from you. I'll start first with the ladies' side and then we'll come to the boys. What do you think about the personality of each person? For brother B, we'll listen for ladies first. Then for brother A, we'll come to listen to the boys. Yusuf, can you sit down? Okay. Here is the question I need you to think. Think about the story that we talked about. And I'd like you to give your reflections on the following. What do you think about brother B? Do you know someone in life that maybe look like him? Doesn't have to be exactly for wealth, but could be, I am the best student, I have 10.0 out of 4 grade average because I'm awesome, something like that, right? And have you ever behaved like this? It could be maybe one time, few times, maybe this is your life, if you'd like to share that with us. And did he do anything good? Anything that this guy did good in the story that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us? Okay, start with the ladies.
For the first question, I know Nimrod. He thought he was really arrogant, and he thought he was God, and he made everyone stand up to him and worship him. And Pharaoh too.
What about number 2 or 3? Do you know anyone like that?
No, not really, but he didn't really do anything good. He didn't do anything good. For the first question, what do you think of Brother B? I think he's rude and he brags about what he has.
Did he do anything good?
No, he didn't.
What happened when he faced the fact that he is broke? He's still arrogant, or did he do anything?
He said he should have listened to Brother A. Good. Bad.
Bad? Why?
Because he's so arrogant. He's so arrogant.
He's so arrogant. Okay, good. What else? You would like to help? Ladies, before we go to the men? Adults, you can also help if you want.
Like you said, he did do good things. Like at the end, he was thinking about worshiping Allah and regretted what he did.
Do you think this can give him credit for this or not? Yes, maybe. Maybe.
No, it could not. Yeah. Because first, he didn't believe in Allah. Yeah. After that, I don't think Allah will accept him unless he asks for forgiveness.
This is a good answer. Yes, if he really truly asked for forgiveness, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala might forgive him. But we don't know that. But at least he regret what he did, right? So that's a good answer.
In the beginning, he was bad, but at the end, he was good. He decided to worship Allah. In the beginning, he was bad because he was begging and doing a lot of bad things. At the end, he chose to worship Allah. He was praying and doing good deeds.
Guys, use it. Okay, boys who would like to give their input, like to start.
Amir. I think Brother B was bad at the beginning, but the end he thinks what he did, but what he did was bad.
This is good. He thought, or when he thought about what he did, he realized that it was wrong, right?
Yeah, it was wrong.
Is it good that he regrets what he did, or he continues to say, okay, I was wrong and I will continue to be wrong? Which one is better?
Right. Right. Yeah.
What do you think about Brother B? You just came over.
He was bad. Cause he didn't listen to Allah, and he begged, and he went, and he ordered people to do what he wanted.
Jazakallah khair. You can be a politician one day. Just came late and give perfect answer.
Okay, so what I think about Brother B is he was quite arrogant, thinking that he was actually God. He did not believe in the hereafter. So in the end, to make him conscious of Allah, to make him have some humility, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took away basically everything he has. So then it depends on whether if you so we heard about his regret, which is the first step to forgiveness, but we never heard about like his part of seeking forgiveness. So since we haven't heard that part, we don't really know if he has been forgiven or not.
Okay, before I continue, guys, all the gifts, Omar, guys, all the gifts, I can take them away. If People are not paying attention. Okay? Okay. I have new gifts actually. New gifts. Brand new gifts. Okay, Omar.
I think so. I know why. I think so. I know why the B man. He was just saying I was better than you, and I think so. I know why he did that. So I know why Allah made like in like no beach, because he was maybe mean to the man named A. And that's it.
Um, I guess he did one thing good, that he better be. I think he did he apologized to Allah at the end.
Zaid.
Like he's not saying that he's God, but it's like it's like saying he's God. It's not he's not exactly saying that he's God. So yeah, he said it like in a different way. So that was all.
Okay. Not here. Who like to talk about? Want to say something? Oh, give him first and then you turn. You're next. You're next. You're next. You're next. You're next. You're next. You're next.
I think the group B like did something good, and then he apologized to Allah, and then acted nice to group B.
Yusuf, and Yusuf, that's a good answer. Yusuf, come on. Say something real, okay? Yes, have something to say or not? Okay, good. Okay, how about brother A? Just for sake of time, for Isha, for Maghrib, inshallah. Brother A, what do you think about brother A? Okay. Apologize. That's my mistake. It's the only mistake. I know that someone will catch anything. Subhanallah.
So brother B, it was good because he worshipped Allah and prayed a lot.
You're doing politics, really. Okay.
He probably did a lot of good deeds.
Okay. Guys, one last comment. Last comment.
So what I want to say about brother A, basically he's a good guy because he did salah and zakah, he's basically poor and all that stuff. So but the main thing he did is help him. He was trying to help his brother out of his arrogance and like his steepness and what he was in. He was trying to get him out of that and trying to get him to believe. And he tried to warn him of what would happen to him if he did not accept what he had said.
Jazakallah khair. Okay, one last question. Yusuf, something real this time, okay?
He's good. He's good.
It's good? Okay, good. Alhamdulillah.
So, brother A, he was being good to brother B.
Jazakallah khair. Okay, last question. If you see a friend of yours, okay, or someone you know doing something wrong, something maybe haram or something that can make him in trouble, what should you do? Okay, hold on. Let me ask. I'll come to you. Your second. Yes.
You should let them know it's haram and what the situation is.
Good. How do you approach it?
You could be like, um,
Okay, think about it. I'll come to you. Good. Keep this right. Huh?
You can ask your friend to stop and tell him that's haram. And yeah.
What if someone you don't know, just seen him a few times and you don't know him, but he's doing something wrong? How do you approach that person?
Tell an adult or something.
Just go, Salam alaikum, you are doing haram things?
No.
Fire, or what should you do?
No. Or tell him to stop doing this.
Okay. What else? Now, who said dua? Someone mentioned make dua. You're second. Hold this thought. You're number 4. And then number 5. Quick.
So if you meet someone at the masjid, you could ask the adult to help you if you don't know what to do. Or if you know what to do, you should go up to them and tell them,
Number 6.
stop, don't do that, it's bad.
Okay, perfect.
I know what to do. You just go to him and say, do you need help?
You should or you shouldn't?
Should.
You should. Okay, who's number, yeah.
You should tell your parents. You should tell your parents and and make dua for him.
Jazakallah khair. This is good answer as well.
When we need help, we need to tell the parents that someone is doing a wrong thing.
Okay, so you seek help from someone else that can help him, right? That's a good answer. Yusuf, please.
That's haram and stuff.
Okay, good. Okay. Paying attention. Last answer before we conclude. If you need gifts, you need to finish on time.
So what I would say that you just basically go up to him and say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and try to explain to him nicely, not just straight up like, hey, you're just doing this wrong. Like explain to him what he's doing wrong nicely.
Even if you don't know the person.
Actually, yeah, of course. Actually, just make dua for him. That's the best you can do.
Okay. So I think everyone agrees that if you see if you see someone doing something wrong, you need to give them advice, right? Now, to give the advice, keep this one. When I'm concluding here, please. To give advice to someone depends on the situation. You have to be wise. If this is your very close friend, family member, someone you know, he trusts you, you can go and then try to be soft and kind and approach that person. If you don't know the person, try first to see if you can open channels of communication. Maybe meet that person once, twice, 3 times, many times before you start correcting the thing. Because if you go to someone and say, you know what, you're doomed, you're gonna go to hellfire, all what you're doing is wrong, he will never listen to you, he will not even would like to talk to you or see you ever, right? So you have to be wise on how to give the advice. And this advice here is advice by the tongue, right? How to get that. Okay, we're concluding here. So, there is a homework for everyone. No, Ibrahim, no. Omar, sit down please. Sit down. Okay, what's the homework? This story came in which surah, guys? Surah Al-Kahf. So the homework is for you and your family is to read Surah Al-Kahf and specifically focus in this story or the other stories in the surah. Try to find a tafsir and or translation and study that. Why you need to do this? Next time you'll know, inshallah. Okay, just use your homework. You reflect on today's story and read the other stories, inshallah. Okay? Okay, good. What's next? Next time, inshallah, we'll continue this series and we're going to have more stories from Quran and Sunnah. I just forgot to mention that I don't follow a specific order. So it's not the order based on the Quran from beginning or end. or Al-Bukhari from beginning to end. It's a different stories from different portions of the Quran. Depends on the wisdom or the message that we try to give you, inshallah. So, inshallah, if you continue this series, if you like it, I would like to hear your feedback. Inshallah, we'll focus on more stories from Quran and Sunnah and follow the same protocol, inshallah. Okay, it's time. Oh, no, not yet. Go back. It's time for gifts, but here's what I'm gonna do. Guys, okay, anyone who's standing here will get no gifts. Get back. Go back, man. Everyone who's sitting on the floor is not gonna get anything. Anyone in this area can get anything. Okay, first I'm gonna conclude the halaqah first. Then we're gonna have, as usual, one line for the boys, one line for the girls. Shorter people at the front, taller at the end. Okay? Okay, and then what are you gonna get? You're gonna get 2 gifts of two different types and 1 candy, only 1 candy. Okay, no sneaking. Okay? No, sit down. I didn't conclude yet. I need help. Well, Shaka, can help me? No, sit down. Okay, we'll conclude inshallah. See you inshallah next time. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نستغفرك ونتوب إليك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر الإنسان لفي خسر الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات تواصوا بالحق تواصوا بالصبر. Okay, before I start, I need to see shorter people in the front, taller in the back. Ladies, the same thing. جزاكم الله خير.